Maybe I should just let him go. Welcome back to
Darting around Singapore. So Kimmy, how about you have a go this time? The dartboard.
Alright.
See where we end up.
Here goes nothing.
Ooh, crunchy. I know a place.
Farms.
No.
And then actually I know another place that we could go to, and we have somebody to bring us there today. Just today. So like I said, we have a very special ride with us today, the Bentley Flying Spur V8.
Ooh, yeah, speaking of which, that's a 4-litre twin-turbo V8 engine which gets you 550 horsepower.
770 Newton meters of torque, and you go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 4.1 seconds. And we have a very special chauffeur driving us today.
Let's reel her in. Ooh, wow.
Hi, Julian.
Hey, that's Julian!
Oh, why thank you, good sir. So here we are in the backseat of the Bentley Flying Spur, and it is super posh. It's leather everywhere. I can see why you want to be chauffeured around in it, but it's also so posh that you don't even pull up your own sunshades. Look at that.
Yeah, and apart from sunshades, you literally have buttons on your side, well, mine left and on Kim's right, to adjust the reclining of the seat. You even can, set it to the memory for which you prefer, and in addition, you get buttons for massage seats, so you can literally de-stress when you're on the go.
And in the center, you get a really nice island.
Ooh.
Open up, and you have your USB ports and a 12-volt outlet.
Oh, and also you have a very nicely strategically placed 2 drink cup holders for you to grab your coffee when you're on the go, or any drink. And Kim, what is this? This
Of course,
is beautiful.
in the center, you have your air condition control plus a screen that basically is like a mini infotainment screen. You can control media, climate, lighting, navigation, and even decide if you want the Bentley logo up front to pop up.
Should we reveal it?
Reveal it!
I see it!
There she blows. You're definitely not short of want here, and up top you also have vanity mirrors. Very useful for the lady on the go. I know you said farms, but actually I decided, since we're in Kranji, why not take a trip to the Kranji War Memorial.
So where we are headed to right now is actually 22 kilometers from the city center.
And I've actually never been before, I don't know if you have. Here we are at Kranji War Memorial. It's super serene, super quiet.
So this place was actually built to honor the men and women from the Commonwealth who died in battle during World War II.
Over there, there's actually a registry book that you can sign in as a guest, and also basically look at all the names of the generals, soldiers, privates, the people who lost their lives in the war.
And as you can see, this is also, a hillside cemetery, of course, located in Kranji. So let's go check it out. This is actually, well, at least 4,400 tombstones around. So can you imagine the people that suffered in the battle or have lost their lives? It's actually insane. Okay, so here we are at the War Memorial. So basically these are the names of people who were involved in the war. Unfortunately, they were never found.
Someone's left a wreath here with a note that says, "May you remember that freedom is never free."
Exactly. So something that you might not have already known is that the Sunday closest to Remembrance Day, which is on the 11th of November, there's actually a service, a memorial service held here for all these fallen soldiers.
It was quite the enriching experience, especially for my first time. I definitely feel closer to my history as a Singaporean. It actually makes me wonder about the other war memorials in Singapore.
Right.
That I've also actually never been to.
Okay, let's head to another one right now then.
So So, any hints as to where we're going?
Well, the only thing I can say is that it is the historical site that made the history books in the surrender of Singapore. Well, we'll find out. So, does this place ring any bells to you?
Unless you're talking about Ford motor cars, no.
Well, it shouldn't, but say 80 years ago it would have. So this is actually where the British forces surrendered to the Japanese occupation back in 15 February 1942.
The same reason why you hear that loud alarm every year.
So actually here behind us we are actually at Ford Factory, and we're going to check out the most historic room, or basically, as you can see over here, the factory's boardroom where the surrender happened. Okay guys, so behind me right now is the most historic room in this location. It's the surrender room where actually the British forces surrendered to the Japanese. So Kim and I are actually going to check it out, and there's actually lots of old artifacts that are actually preserved by the National Archives of Singapore. Did we spend that much time looking at the exhibits that it's actually raining?
Yeah, now you came in, we came in, it was sunny, now we come out, it was just pouring.
That was actually very, very insightful. They had so much history in this area, and there's actually two exhibits on the left and the right side.
So one is before the war, and then the next one is like after.
Post-war, correct. And if any of you guys watching, say Singaporeans wants to come, all you need to do is show your IC or SingPass.
It's free entry for Singaporeans, like all in museums. But there is one more place I thought would be really nice to round out our trip, although it might be a bit tricky since it's raining. Let's hop in and check it out.
Where?
Yeah, just hop in, man. Go with the flow. The rain seems to have stopped, which is perfect for our next location. I hope you're ready to do some trekking.
Trekking? Where are we going? But it looks familiar though. I see Vivo City.
I've never been there before either, so it's gonna be my first time experiencing it. But fingers crossed, the weather holds up.
So Kim brought us to this empty car park, like literally across Vivo City. And what's so historic about this place? It's like dead. All I see is
This is the Sia Im car park. It's next to Sia Im Food Centre, which is that way. But that is the large kapok tree that behind it is a path that will lead us to the Sia Im bunker.
Ooh.
Which I've never been. Have you ever been?
No, but I'm not convinced enough.
These are not ideal walking pants. Don't come in jeans, but it's gonna be a tight squeeze, and let's go check it out.
Okay, wow, I must say that we actually found it. This is the Sia Im bunker.
So Sia Im bunker is one of the few surviving World War II bunkers that you can find in Singapore. And it's actually not too far a walk from behind the tree. Once you get past the fence and you just walk a little bit, like a few steps, you'll see it right there. And Sia Im bunker was where the British used to store artillery and their weapons, and it also at one point housed prisoners of war. And then located to the left of the bunker is a rope attached to a tree, and if you follow it up, it actually will lead you to Keppel Hill Reservoir, where you can find other monuments and markings from World War II, including a standalone Japanese grave.
So that was CarBuyer's outdoor adventure day.
I must say, I take back what I said about this place. It was very insightful, along with the mosquito bites, but I didn't mind because that was honestly not far off from where we actually entered, as you literally saw how we just entered. And you should definitely check it out. It's not ulu at all. So, what do you think about the places that we visited today?
Very, very enriching, very insightful, especially for someone like me who's never been to these places, I definitely feel a lot more connected, I guess, to my history as a Singaporean.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, you know, these are things that actually happened before. You know, history is very, very rich. You can't change these facts, and I think that's what makes it so interesting.
You always hear about it in your textbooks, but to really see it for yourself viscerally is really something else.
Exactly, it's really different, and I think which is one of the most interesting places amongst these three that we visited today.
Definitely the bunker. I mean, like, everything else was very clear cut, it's there, but the bunker, you have to go in, it's like your own Indiana Jones adventure, you know?
I would say Fort Factory.
Yeah,
it was quite
that's pretty
creepy, actually being in the same room where, you know, the British surrendered,
That
but
was quite surreal.
yeah.
So if you're looking maybe for a car to take you out, explore places like this in Singapore, do head over to our marketplace, pick yourself up a car, and stand a chance to win $8,888 in our Mega HUAT giveaway. For more information, you can visit the website here or in the description. In the meantime,
We'll see you in the next episode of Darting Around Singapore.
Chauffeur, hit the road.